Welcome back to latest trends in education. I'm Dr. Lara, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of differentiated instruction. If you're a teacher looking to meet the diverse needs of your students, this video is for you. We'll cover everything from differentiated instruction to practical strategies you can use in your classroom. Let's get started. What is differentiated instruction? Differentiated instruction and assessment means creating multiple paths so that students of different abilities, interests, learning needs, and learning styles can all experience equally appropriate ways to learn. The goal? To improve learning outcomes, inspire a love of learning, increase student engagement, and help students learn more efficiently and with deeper understanding. Principles of differentiated instruction. To successfully implement differentiated instruction, keep these principles in mind. Pre-assess students to identify their learning needs. Plan proactively to provide several learning opportunities. Encourage students to work alone, in pairs, and in small groups. Sometimes, provide whole class instruction. Give clear directions and share responsibility with students. Ensure that learning is purposeful and organized. Provide support as needed. Encourage students to take responsibility for their own learning and demonstrate their understanding through student-designed products. Strategies for differentiation. There are many strategies you can use to differentiate instruction in your classroom. Here are some effective ones: clothesline, fist of five, four corners, individual response boards, signal/pinch cards, speedometer, windshield, exit cards, entrance card/warm-up, index card summaries, 1-minute essay, jigsaw, 3-minute pause, idea spinner, inside-outside circle, think pair share. Various types of maps: circle, bubble, double bubble, bridge, tree, brace, flow, multi-flow, graffiti wall, shape UPS, think tactos, homework checkers, pass the ball, RSQC2, walking through pages, ticket out the door, cubing, raft, 3-2-1 summarizer, tiering. Example of exit cards. One of my favorite strategies is using exit cards. These are a great way to collect information on student readiness levels, interests, and learning profiles at the end of a lesson. Simply provide students with index cards, ask them to respond to a question, and collect their responses. Review these responses to group students based on preset criteria. Here's an example of an exit card you might use. Differentiating Instruction and Practice by Vicki Gibson. According to Vicki Gibson, there are 5 key steps to differentiating instruction and practice in the classroom. Establish the environment. Use data to inform practice. Manage resources. Create routines and procedures. Provide high-quality teaching and practice. Use data to group students, adjust teaching and practice to address specific needs, increase student interactions, and use small group lessons to differentiate instruction. Techniques to meet all needs. Here are some techniques to meet all the needs of your students. Use audio recorders for information and demonstrations. Use graphic organizers like flowcharts, Venn diagrams, and concept maps. Allow students to highlight keywords or phrases. Use texts at appropriate reading levels. Use comprehension level questions. Gather topic-related materials like comic books and magazines. Use word walls for reference. Encourage different forms of expression like drawing, acting, and poetry. Use flexible grouping, peer tutoring, and learning buddies. Use formative assessments like exit cards and response cards. Use learning logs and journals. Adjust assignment lengths to meet learning goals. Rewrite problems using simpler or more complex language. Tiering explained. Tiering is a form of differentiation based on student readiness. It involves creating activities that are interesting, challenging, and stimulate students to use necessary skills. Here's how to plan tiered activities. Identify main concepts or skills. Assess students' readiness levels, interests, and learning profiles. Build an activity for on-level learners. Adjust the activity for struggling and highly able learners. 0. Sample tiered activities. Let's look at some sample tiered activities. Math example, concept, multiplication sentence. Tier 1, sharing food items equally and illustrating with paper models. Tier 2, sharing food items in groups of 3 and 6, illustrating with paper models. Tier 3, sharing different shapes equally and determining which shapes are easier to divide. Science example, concept, animal communities. Tier 1, drawing and describing an ant community. Tier 2, drawing, labeling, and comparing ant and human communities with a Venn diagram. Tier 3, creating a diagram of an animal community and writing statements about living together. Conclusion and call to action. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into differentiated instruction. I hope you found these strategies and examples useful for your classroom. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow educators, and don't forget to subscribe to latest trends in education for more insights and tips.